And just like that, the next episode has begun. Welcome back to Ace Attorney Dual Destinies. I am your host, MegaShadowFist. Excusez-moi, I suck at video games, I suck at commentary. And when we last left off, what were we doing, ladies and gentlemen? We were about to end the case. I'm a little bitter about the previous episode. I was this close to not getting a guilty verdict, and I got one because I'm stupid. And I hate everything right now. But let's go and continue. So you waited for Poco to come to the lab for her regular recharge? By leaving Dr. Sykes' jacket on, the culprit tricked Poco into thinking he was Dr. Sykes, thereby making it look like she was alive up to that point in time, all to disguise the real time of death.
Objection!
It's a nice theory, Mr. Wright, but I'm afraid that it's just not possible. We just showed you the picture with the guy. He had a stab wound. Like, I don't, okay. What? Why not? The victim's jacket is clearly visible right there in this video. And that right there is precisely the problem. The ID tag on the jacket at the scene confirms beyond doubt that it belongs to the victim. If the person at the lab truly was wearing the victim's jacket, then how could it possibly wind up at the back of the crime scene? The person who did the murdering was was an employee, and so they switched jackets. There you go. Problem solved. What's going on? That doesn't make sense. Edward's right. The culprit was wearing the jacket. How did it get back to the lab? The killer brought it back, the victim brought it back, the defendant brought it back. Like like when you say brought it back, like he left and then they came back and put it back, or like they dropped it and then they left. Like, I'm not very good with like my language comprehension is very low, all things considered. The killer brought it back, the victim brought it back, the defendant brought it back. The victim was dead. They died instantaneously, so it couldn't have been the victim. The killer brought it back, or the defendant brought it back. Athena brought it? Why would she bring it? The killer brought it back? Athena brought it back. The killer brought it back, Athena brought it back. Like, the killer came back and dropped it? Is that what you're saying? Like, when you say brought it... Okay, I'm repeating myself now. The defendant brought it... The killer brought it back. The killer used the jacket as a disguise to make his escape. But in order to conceal that fact, he had to get the jacket back to the crime scene. So the culprit simply returned to the robotics lab later and planted it there. Okay. Contradiction resolved.
Objection!
Except that it would have been impossible. The only people who came to the robotics lab after the killer were Prosecutor Blackwell and the people who reported the body, and they claimed that the jacket was there when they arrived. So, when do you propose this mysterious man of yours have the chance to return the jacket? A puzzling question indeed. When did the culprit have the chance to bring the jacket back? When the body is found at the time of the murder. Wait, what? At the time of the murder. No, what? Like when the body was... Well, even if I got the other one right, I would get a guilty verdict right now, it seems. The culprit was there at the time of the crime. He could have easily put it back then.
Objection!
But the security camera captured the man leaving with the jacket after the murder. So we're saying that jacket is the same exact jacket is what we're saying. Okay, I'm just stupid. You realize you're contradicting yourself, don't you? Of course I do. Who do you think you're dealing with here? Well, I hope you also realize that you will now have to deal with this penalty. Why can't these hurt less? When the body was found. The only time the culprit could have returned the jacket was when the body was found. Mr. Wright, do you realize the implication of that argument? I do. Most people, when they come across a murder, focus their attention on the body. The culprit could have taken advantage of that split second to plant the jacket. In other words, the true culprit of this case, the man known as the Phantom, was one of the first people to discover the body. I would never have thought of that! Yeah, well, there's nothing new there, eh? Order! Order in the court! What is the meaning of this, Prosecutor Edgeworth? The body was discovered and reported by a group of 3 people. They were there to collect the space probe's capsule in preparation for the HAT-1 launch. One of those people had a special badge to transport the capsule in. Oh, you mean the shock-resistant bag? Correct. I suppose that if the jacket was in the bag, it could have been returned to the scene of the crime without anyone noticing. I'll see to it that you get the reports on those 3 people. You will? We should also check the facial recognition database for that robot. If this person felt the need to hide his face with a theater mask, it might mean that his facial data was once registered. Prosecutor Edgeworth, does this mean... I have to admit, I believe Miss Cykes' memory to be credible. You win, Wright. Not that this is ever an official trial anyway. Ha 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 ha! We still beat you, buddy. Do my ears deceive me? Prosecutor Edgeworth, are you actually conceding? Is it true, boss? Does this mean... I can't believe it. It's over. I won. Nope. I proved that both Athena and Prosecutor Blackwell are innocent. Nope. Your Honor, I see no need to further prolong this trial.
Objection!
Hold on, Mr. Wright. Have you forgotten who's in charge of this trial? That's right. I'm the one who's supposed to say I see no need to further prolong. Nope. Not you either, Your Honor. Now silence. That's Blackwell's line. The little princess who was truly beloved by Metis and who repaid the love with death. All these years, hating Athena was the only thing that's kept me going. But what do I do now? Can anybody tell me? How am I supposed to go on? Miss Blackwell. How unlike you are. Metis was deeply passionate about her work, and she chose you as a partner. Isn't that... Shut up, Simon! You know exactly how I felt about her. Her respect as a co-worker wasn't all that I wanted. Wait, what? You're not implying... then what did you want from her? Did you really just go there, Your Honor? Aura, there is something I've wanted to say if you will lend me an ear. I have in my possession a lead on who Metis' murderer is. You do? Right, Dora. You asked me about the identity of the Phantom of 7 years past. That's right. The Phantom. The person Blackwell has been looking for, even from behind bars. 7 years ago, somebody hatched a plan to sabotage the HAT-1 rocket. The spy. But he was no ordinary spy. We knew not about him, his background and appearance. We came to refer to him as the Phantom. At the time, I was working with the police to hunt him down. And then one day, a miracle occurred, and I obtained a lead on him. So, like, was he working with Interpol or something? Because this seems like a very Interpol-related case, like what, Lady Von Karma was doing in Edgeworth Investigations. Oh, how exciting! What was the lead? According to the Phantom's voice, but the quality was too poor for proper voice analysis. Yet I had hope. Wall's co-worker was a scientist who could analyze human emotions. So I asked her to evaluate the recording using analytical psychology. And that scientist was... Dr. Cykes! Yes, a spy's greatest fear is to have his true identity discovered. In addition to HAT-1, Dr. Cykes' results in the recording were surely among his targets. But his search of the space center bore no fruit, so he must have started to panic. He couldn't find them, but where could they have been? Who is to say? Wow, I bet He's never let that out of his sight all these years. How in the world did you smuggle them into prison? Hey, I have my ways. What's more, my partner's especially talented at that sort of thing. Taka, okay. I like to lure the Phantom in by spreading rumors throughout the underworld. I was even granted permission to prosecute cases to attract the Phantom's attention. Just try to retrieve your identity, you bloody butcher, became my taunt. What about the results Dr. Cykes drew up for you? Was there any useful information? Here, you can see for yourself. But take good care of it. It's all I have left of my mentor. I will. I better hold on to this real tight. Unless you want to lose your head. Athena Cykes profile. The sergeant's emotions rarely fluctuate, and he doesn't experience feelings like normal people do. Okay, that's interesting. Athena Cykes profile to the court record. By the way, new music. Psychological profile, classified. Emotional output of this voice extremely weak compared to typical voices. Subject deemed to have unique psychological makeup with almost no emotional fluctuation. No emotional fluctuation, huh? A spy who experiences no emotions, not sadness nor anger, and naturally no fear. He is the very definition of a phantom, a monster with no heart, don't you see? This creature is the rot that destroys our lives and set what ails us all into emotion. Nah, I was gonna raise like a plot hole here, but I think that's not really okay. The Phantom indeed, a fitting name for the one who has brought darkness to our world. Well then, it seems the faint image of this man has started to take shape. Based on what we have learned, I'd like all of you to conduct further investigation. This is not a formal trial, but I do want to follow protocol. If I may, I'd like to hand down my verdicts and bring these proceedings to an end. Whatever. Do what you want. You'll hear no objections from me. Yes, please, Your Honor. It's over. It's finally over. Is it, though? Very well. In that case, Prosecutor Blackwell, could you please take the stand? He's already there. As a result of this trial, your innocence has been proven. The verdict handed down 7 years ago is hereby overturned. And now, the defendant of the current trial, Miss Athena Cykes.
Yes, Your Honor? Mr. Wright, thank you. Thank you for everything.
Athena, you're more than welcome. If everyone is ready, I will now give my verdict. Yep. I knew it! I knew it! I knew it! You... Apollo? Okay. Apollo! What is the meaning of this? Congratulations, Mr. Wright and Prosecutor Edgeworth. You uncovered the truth from 7 years ago and you saved Prosecutor Blackwell. However, I can't allow this trial to end just yet. Okay. Why, Apollo? Why would you do this to us? To be continued. Save game? Yes, please. Over slot 1, it seems like I didn't save this entire recording session. And it's a double recording session at that. Over at the selected save data, yes, please. Okay. December 20th, District Court. Courtroom number 4. Mr. Justice, please explain yourself. It's very simple. There isn't much to explain. The defendant, Miss Athena Cykes, might not be innocent. Apollo, what are you doing? What are you talking about? The case from 7 years ago has been settled. I'm not talking about the past here. I'm talking about the present case. It's still not clear who killed Clay Terran. But it's not Athena. I mean, there's a game after this, so we already have the answer to that statement.
But Apollo, why would you?
Miss Cykes, please listen quietly to what I have to say. What in the world is Apollo trying to do? Your Honor, please allow me a little of the court's time. But this is a trial for the case from 7 years ago. Miss Blackwell, I'd like to ask a favor of you. Just as you lost someone close to you, I lost someone close to me, too. I'm sure you want to know the real truth of what happened as much as I do.
Apollo! Sure, you know I'm all for the truth. Now let's see you expose the princess's guilt. Judge, I give my permission. Continue the trial. Very well. Is that all right with you, Prosecutor Edgeworth?
The prosecution has no objections. Let's hear Mr. Justice's testimony. I'll have the police's investigation report brought immediately.
Not you too, Edgeworth. I really hope it's because you have something up your sleeve. Very well. Your opening statement, please, Prosecutor Edgeworth.
As you wish. Let's review the case of the murder of Clay Terran. It was made clear in the previous trial that Solomon Starbuck was not his killer. Therefore, the true culprit was someone else. On that day, this culprit waited for the astronauts in boarding lounge 1, when the two men made their escape out of the Space Museum. The killer attacked Mr. Terran with the same type of knife that was used 7 years ago. The murderer then escaped into the Space Museum. Next, Director Yuri Cosmos switched the launch pads. After that, the culprit exited the Space Museum and escaped via boarding lounge 2. Therefore, this trial must make clear who Mr. Terran's true killer was. In other words, we must discover who it was that escaped through the Space Museum that day.
Thank you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Mr. Wright, is the defense ready?
Yes, Your Honor. I'd better rearrange my evidence.
Relevant evidence swapped into the court record. Now then, Mr. Justice, your testimony, if you please.
Dang it, Bobby! What are you doing? Witness testimony. Apollo Justice's accusation. I suspected Mrs. Cykes for the murder of Clay Terran. My growing suspicions were confirmed when my incriminating evidence presented itself. In addition, she's the only one who could have utilized the launchpad was switched to escape. That is why I wish to indict Miss Cykes on the charge of murder.
Order! Order in the court! Mr. Justice, you realize you are charging your own co-worker with murder, don't you?
Yes, Your Honor, because that is the conclusion my investigation has led me to.
But, Apollo! Why? Why would you suspect me too?
Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please. I don't get it. Just what did you find out over these past few days to make you think this? Cross-examination! Apollo Justice's accusation. Oh, we have the same patience meter from the— oh no! I thought it was gonna reset. No. I don't get how people were able to go through this entire case without getting a single guilty verdict then. Like, it just doesn't make sense to me. Oh, then again, like, actually, kind of think of it, this is actually like how, the court cases in this game have been relatively short, I think, compared to classic games. I think. Have they been? I don't know. Whatever the case may be, I'll see you guys in the next episode.